Hello, publishing world. This is Charlotte Pierce, the producer of Face the Book TV. We're in our 17th episode, and we are here with to talk about book awards. It's a topic that independent publishers wrestle with. There are probably hundreds of book awards out there, and at least in the U.S. alone. And maybe if our guests could mute themselves until they're talking. So we have a great cast of panelists tonight to talk about this. It's we have Hannah, wave when I call your name, and Hannah Jacobson from Book Award Pro. They automate the process of choosing book awards, and she'll talk more about that. And we have Linda Radke. She's the well-known CEO and founder of Story Monsters, and she'll talk about the different aspects of that business. And Michael Peakney, he's, along with me and Eddie Vincent, a board member of Independent Publishers of New England. So we welcome everybody. We are live streaming right now. We're going to go for about half an hour, but then we pull the audio and we distribute it to all the major podcasting audio apps. So we appreciate your watching and or listening, and please pay attention to the show notes in your audio app if you're on audio, because we'll have all the links that you'll need. You don't have to take notes, just listen, and you're welcome to ask questions on the you can go on YouTube or Facebook page and ask questions. So Eddie, tell us a little bit about yourself, and then I'm going to step into the background. Tell me what you want me to run on the visuals.
Okay. Well, first of all, welcome everybody to the show. My name's Eddie Vincent. I am the publisher of Encircle Publications and the graphic designer and owner of E&C Graphic Services. Tonight's show is about awards and book awards, which for all independent publishers and self-publishing authors is very important. So I am very happy to be here and ask the questions around that subject. So I would like to start off by having each panel member talk about what they do a little bit. So if Hannah, if you could introduce yourself, please, and talk about what you do around the book awards.
Hi, everyone. I'm Hannah Jacobson. I'm the founder and CEO of Book Award Pro. And I was just speaking to the other panelists and mentioning what that really means is I'm a full-time book awards nerd. I started the company from the ground up, starting as a small consulting business, and now we're a technology company specializing in helping connect authors to book awards. We know it's a strenuous process, but it doesn't have to be that way, and there's so many great opportunities for you to capture for your book.
Well, thank you for that. I'll be back because I have questions for you on that.
Great,
so Linda, could you introduce yourself and talk about what you do?
Linda, you may need to unmute yourself.
Okay, I'll say that again. I'm Linda Radke. I am the founder of Story Monsters, LLC, and I am the president of Story Monsters, Inc. I have been producing, promoting, and marketing books since 1985. My company started originally as 5-Star Publications, and about 5 years ago, I shifted to Story Monsters, LLC. We are involved in everything from book publicity and book marketing, and we are pleased to host 3 different book contests: Royal Dragonfly Book Awards, Purple Dragonfly Book Awards, and Story Monsters Approved. And I thank you so much for inviting me to your show today.
Well, thank you for coming on. Michael, would you like please talk about what you are or who you are?
Sure. Yeah. As Charlotte mentioned, Eddie and I and Charlotte are board members of the Independent Publishers of New England, IPNE. And one of IPNE's signature events is a book awards. So we put on every year. This is heading into our 8th year. A book awards for authors. It's for all from all over the country, not just limited to New England. And we have categories that run the gamut: fiction, nonfiction, children's book, poetry. So yeah, I'd be here to talk about, how book awards run, how our award season goes, and, what it takes to get from a successful entry period through judging all the way to the final part of the awards, which is announcing the winners, which is always a lot of fun.
All right. Well, thank you for that. So Hannah, I do have a question about how your service works. Seeing that I have quite a few authors that are looking for knowing where to put their work or where to spend their money for awards, how do you help authors decide where to go? Like, do they know what genre? They have a certain genre. How would they know what award to go for?
That's an excellent question, and one we get often. When you sign up for Book Award Pro, you go through a process where you essentially introduce yourself and your book to our system. And then our system takes the world of book awards and takes your book and your author biography and matches you to the universe of awards out there. Our different plans have different benefits, but when it comes down to it, our system is the bridge between your book and awards.
Okay, so if I was an author and I was doing it, if I'm understanding correctly, you would give us a list. How would I know which one is the most cost efficient for the return on the money? Is there a way of knowing that even?
So actually our service, it's interesting you mentioned the list. When I was a book awards consultant, that's originally how I tackled the problem. And quite frankly, our authors were blown away at how enormous these lists can get. And when you have a list, it gets stagnant, it gets a little bit out of date, and there's a lot of details to keep up with. So our technology takes that into account and is constantly searching the universe of book awards. And when it finds a match for your book, you'll receive a notification in your dashboard and in your email. So that's the kind of the nitty gritty of how that works. But as far as deciding what's best for your book, one man's trash is another man's treasure, and there's so many award opportunities out there. How do you weigh what's right for your book? So again, our plans have different features, but our pro plan is one that actually includes the award targeting, which means that our system will go and take factors into account and pinpoint your best opportunity to win. And we take that a step further and actually complete the award submission for you, including the award entry fee. So on the back end, it actually takes care of that kind of tedious targeting task. But I'm sure we'll get more into that here with this awesome panel.
Yeah, well, I was about to ask Linda on her awards. You mentioned that you have 3 different awards. Are those genre specific, those awards?
Good question. The Royal Dragonfly Book Award contest is for basically all genres within reason. It includes for the general audience, for adults, for grown-ups, and for children. The Purple Dragonfly Book Awards contest focuses on strictly books for children pre-K through 12th grade. And the difference between Story Monsters Approved and our other contest is that Story Monsters Approved is kid tested and judge certified, and you're not competing with other books, other authors. Each book is judged on its own merit. And when a book becomes Story Monsters Approved, once a year, we are now honoring one of those books as Story Monsters Approved Book of the Year. With each of our contests, there is a $500 grand prize winner, and plus other goodies, but that's kind of the biggie.
Okay, that's interesting that you were covering all genres in one contest, and then separate just for the children's books, do you find any one of those awards being more popular than the other?
That is an interesting question, because I kind of always felt, because I have really walked into, after 35 years, the world of children's books, I kind of assumed that my Purple Dragonfly Book Awards would really be the one to get the main focus. Well, guess what? Royal Dragonfly is catching up quickly. It's amazing. And basically, we want to honor the best of what's out there. Whether a book is traditionally published, partnership published, or self-published, there's just a lot of good materials out there, and we want the public and book buyers and librarians and educators to know about them.
So one more question before I move on to Michael. Who judges your stuff? Like, I know, well, I'll let Michael answer this, but I know IP&E has a certain criteria for who judges. Who would be judging your books?
We look for judges with specific backgrounds in the different types of books that they're judging. Some of them are teachers, some of them have been involved in publishing, some of them are educators, and in Story Monsters Approved, some of them are children, they're kids that love to read. And so it's a blending depending on the contest.
I love that concept of having kids involved with the awards.
Thank you.
Judging the awards. That's a great concept.
And, I think it makes them feel a sense of value, that we care about them and their opinion when it comes to books, because oftentimes they're the end user.
That's right. That's great. That's a great concept. I like it.
Thank
so
you.
Michael, I know that you're doing the book awards for IP&E, and I know quite a bit about that already. But for those who don't, what would be the benefit for someone to enter your book award, IP&E book awards?
Good question. I think it's probably also a very broad number of categories, so it can really fit a lot of authors and a lot of different types of books. We do have, genre category. We have literary design categories, 2 types of nonfiction for narrative nonfiction, informational nonfiction. So if you have, so there's usually a spot for all types of authors in the book awards. I'd say that's one of the big benefits. And also, like Linda alluded to, we have a great panel of judges. So you're going to get your book in the hands of someone who is really, interested in the type of work that the awards mission. So that we have editors, librarians, people in publishing. So it also, if you're an author and you're looking for your book to see where it comes out, we have, great judges to help you there. We love to match authors up with feedback from judges when possible. So that's one of the other benefits of being in the IP&E Book Awards.
Would you say that IP&E Book Awards is New England based as far as the subject matter goes, or do you take submissions from all over, no matter what the subject matter is? Like, is there a focus on New England?
No, not necessarily. It is just we are based out of New England, but we do have entries. Actually, in last year's awards, we received an entry from overseas, so several, in fact. So we take books from all over the country, topic-wise. It need not even be about New England at all. So yeah, there's just any type of book, as long as it fits in the criteria of, we just ask that it be published in the 2019 year or later to be eligible for this year's awards. But any book will do, basically. There's probably a category for you in the IPNE Awards.
Okay. So, Hannah, the feedback you get do you get feedback from the people that have signed up from you? Do you have reviews that people can go on and judge if they should use your service or not? I don't know if that came out right.
If you don't mind explaining to me again, author testimonials.
Yes, that's what I'm asking. Do you have a place for people to see author testimonials?
We actually do. We post those on our website. We're so excited for lots of our authors. They actually find that book awards kind of launch them into this next chapter of their career. And different authors, we call this your reason for writing. How can you use book awards to support your purpose? So some authors actually go and use their award to get attention surrounding cancer research. That's just one option, but whatever your reason for writing, you can actually use awards to support your cause.
So, Linda, how do you help promote the award winners on your end?
Good question. I first want to give a hats off to Hannah. I really value the services that she offers, and I'm grateful for the authors, the wonderful authors she refers to our 3 different book awards. I really appreciate you, Hannah. And in terms of what we do to promote our winning authors on any level, whether it's an honorable mention, a second place, a first, or grand prize, it's not only often mentioned in Story Monsters Inc. magazine, it's on Facebook, it's on internet, social media. But we not only send out a news release, but we create a template for all of our winning authors to plug in their information so they can give individual shout outs for their award-winning books. When I see that one of our 3 different types of contest winners is mentioned in the news, I give a special shout out and I share it. And the other thing is often you'll find me putting together collages of our proud winning authors. We encourage them and they send us pictures with their awards, with their book covers. We have an author that's showing off her award with her horse. We have others with dogs, others with their cats. We have others that animate their award-winning pictures. And I love what I do, and I love promoting what they're promoting. And so you will find that I am still marketing and promote award-winning books that maybe won 9 years ago with us. Again, one of the things I want to mention is with our contest, there is no restriction on date or year of publication. We feel that there's a lot of gems out there that have gone undiscovered, and we want to give them the opportunity to shine, shine, and shine.
This again for you, Linda, how much do you think this boosts sales from someone who has not won an award to all of a sudden winning an award? Do you think that it re-energizes them? Do you think there's a boost in sales?
Sometimes, yes, I'm very upfront about that. To me, it's an opportunity to do another shout out. It's an opportunity to get visibility. We never, ever guarantee sales, but I have been told by some of our award-winning authors that the moment I sent out a news release, they started seeing a difference. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. I think the key word here is partnership. It's not what we can do for them, it's what they can do for themselves when they win recognition. It's a team partnership effort.
Well, I totally get the team partnership stuff because I meet with my authors once a week and we work as a team to market our books and talk about, how we're going to do it. And book awards is part of that. And then what I encourage my authors to do is to share everybody's social media. So if someone does well, share that. So Michael, I got a question for you on the book awards. How do you feel an award winner has success with our awards? How do you feel like they're marketing and things like that?
Right. I think we also have, we also try to broadcast all the winners. We announce the winners at another signature IPNY event, which is our end of year publishing conference. And that takes place in the late fall. And there's been open registration for it. So, there's a lot of people in the publishing community, a lot of authors, a lot of publishers and self-publishers are attending that conference. So we have the announcement of the winners there. And then another feature we have that Eddie, you help out on, is we give all the winners and the finalists graphics for their books, whether it's traditionally published or self-published. We take both in the awards, and so whomever does win, we turn over to the publisher something they can include in their marketing material so they're able to show that this is a book that's been a finalist or been an award winner. Those are the principal ways that we do it. Although, Linda, I like your idea of creating social media templates. I think IPNY definitely would look into that as another way to help get the word out there for any winner.
I think it's great. And we do the same thing. We encourage them to use their winning seal on their books, on their marketing materials, on their website. That's what's there for them to continue using it. When they're trying to get a new book review, when they're trying to get a new buyer for their books, I think it should become part of their resume, part of their bio sheet. It's a good thing for them to use, and use.
Eddie, I just wanted to point out there's a couple questions.
I can't see the chat.
I will read them for you, or Linda or Hannah could read them, mostly relating to the cost of the fees for awards.
That was going to be my next question, and I was going to pose it to Hannah, is what do you think the average cost of an award is?
So to answer the first part of your question, I actually did a recent query of our system, and the average award entry fee over the landscape of book awards is $89 US. And if you're looking to, if you're on a tight budget, we understand, we all wish we had more money and wish we could enter more book awards. But that's why it's so important to target your best opportunities to win. And every single award that you enter, make it worth something for your book, make it mean something in your book marketing, and let this conversation, Linda, Michael, thank you so much for what you do for our industry. Let this conversation be proof that there are great things going on in the awards industry, and contest sponsors want to do good things for your book. There's always, as an author, I'm sure you understand, there's always this endless to-do list of things that you want to do and you want to accomplish. And contests are on the other side of the table, trying to do more, trying to find more ways to promote, support, market your book.
So how can people hook up with all three of you? What's the best way of hooking up? Going to your website, emailing you? What is the best way for them to do that? And that kind of goes to all three of you. So, Hannah, you want to answer that first?
You can always get in touch with us on our website at bookawardpro.com. We're also active on social media, and feel free to email us anytime at team@bookawardpro.com.
And Linda, how about you? What's the best way to contact you?
There's probably two ways. If you go to storymonsters.com, you'll find an area that's devoted for book marketing and book awards. Or you can go directly to www.dragonflybookawards.com, and it will give you information about all three contests.
And for the IPNY Book Awards, you can go to ipny.org. So registration is going to open for our book awards on March 1st. You have 3 months to register, March 1st through the end of May, through May 31st. So if you go to ipny.org, you'll be presented registration information, and you can navigate over to the entry page starting March 1st, ipny.org.
Great, thank you. Charlotte, is there any more questions in the chat, since I can't see the chat?
Oh, no, the only one that came in sort of before the show was about what do you do to make your book an award-winning book? I mean, what are let's say the top 3 characteristics of an award-winning book? Let's go with children's, because that's too wide otherwise.
Well, actually, that's something I can actually answer, because I design books and things like that. Number one thing, you have to have a beautiful book cover that's going to attract someone's attention, and then the writing has to be stellar. I mean, if the writing is what's going to win you the award, but the book cover will get the attention of the judges. That's my opinion.
Right.
Hannah, do you have an opinion on that?
We've actually heard, and I'm sure Michael and Linda have lots to contribute on this, so I won't take up too much time, but we have heard from judging panels that one of the best things you can do is have a great cover. And even if your cover needs some work, if your story is really attention grabbing and means something to the reader, it's hard to forget those kinds of stories. So make sure your book is properly edited. Editing, formatting, make it a nice looking book and give it the honor that it deserves as such a great story. And I'll pass that along to Linda and Michael for more.
I would be happy to comment.
So Linda, what's your opinion?
You bet. First off, I validate everything that has just been said. And I think the title of the book and or subtitle needs to let your audience know what your book is about. Because so often you hear a clever title, but you don't have a clue what the book is about. And if your title doesn't tell you the story, then hopefully the subtitle does. So that's just, and I would really encourage you to work with someone professional that knows what they're doing, that has experience in the industry, that you can count on. And the key word is to give you great advice and to listen to that advice and listen to the voice of experience, because I think that's all going to lend itself when it's time, when your book is going to be judged by its cover.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. And Michael, do you have an opinion on that?
Yeah, I would again mostly echo what was said. We have several categories that we ask our judges to judge the books on. And certainly it's weighted towards content in the book. So what's in the book and the impact on the reader are by far the most heavily weighted categories. But design, interior, and exterior layout are certainly categories that we ask our judges to evaluate the books on. So, if your book, if there's two great books and one has a bit of an edge on the design side, it could ultimately be a book that becomes a finalist or a winner over another great book. So I would say that, yeah, having it on all fronts substantively and from the design aspect, Hannah said, having it that professional, wonderful presentation really goes a long way.
Awesome.
All right. Well, I would like to thank all three of you.
Do we kick off? We kicked Eddie off. That's what he gets for living in rural Maine. No, but Eddie is I love working with Eddie on this podcast because he has so much experience to draw from. And like I said, he's one of our more prolific publishers. He doesn't publish his own work, but he publishes other. And there he is. Eddie, we got somebody's very loud. So I'm going to close it out here, I think. I don't know who's loud. Who's loud? It's Michael. You've got a real bad, white noise. Anyway, I'd like to just close out by saying that, again, this is Face the Book TV, and we are in our 17th episode. So we publish about 2 per month, and on live streaming and on all the audio podcast apps. So where Spotify, Apple, whatever, go and look for Face the Book TV. If you use the hashtag or IPNI member, you can win gadgets, gear, and services relating to publishing and books. And my company is Pierce Press. I publish a few other podcasts as well as a list of books on children's alternative education and travel. So again, Eddie, are you back with us? There you are.
Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry about that. I was just trying to thank everyone for showing up tonight and telling us about your companies and all the award business. And I'd love to hook up offline with all three of you later on. That'd be great.
Maybe we could get some of them or all of y'all to speak at our conference next fall too.
Absolutely. We can line that up. I would love that.
I could see this as a topic for a conference presentation.
Either separately or as a panel, that would be
great. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, we have one more question, I think. Yeah. We have, thanks. Rootstock Publishing up in Vermont says this was great. And so we appreciate everyone who listened and tuned in. And thank you again. We'll have you back.
Thank
Bye.
you.
You can
Bye,
unmute
everyone.
and say goodbye. Do the
Do the wave.
the Saturday Night Live wave.
Take care, everyone. Thanks so
All
much.
right, take care. See you
Thank you
next
so much.
time. Bye bye.